Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Definitely appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate all the new subscribers coming up to the channel. Very awesome. So far, we've been having a lot of guys. In the last couple of days, we have had a lot of new subscribers. But again, appreciate you guys' support. I really appreciate all the comments, subscriptions, likes, all that good stuff. Like I said in my last video, I said I was going to do a little bit more of this. So here I am, and I'm going to talk about females, and I'm going to talk about females in the service as combat roles. Like females trying to be infantry or combat MOSs or combat occupations such as combat engineer and things like that, things that they're most likely gonna see combat. This is one of those topics that has been extremely conversation have happened a lot, and recently there has been a lot of changes to the military, so we're going to talk about that. Before we get into that, go ahead and check out Bombbuster 72 channel. I'm going to put a link down below. Go ahead and subscribe to him. Really cool dude. EOD guy, just retired from the army, and he just put a video about this, and I was listening to him and I wanted to make some points. I was thinking about making a similar video, so he kind of pushed me to do this. But again, check him out. Link down below, as always. So again, guys, one of the things that a lot of guys, when it comes down to the military, a lot of guys, first of all, they're going to tell you, hell no, we shouldn't have females serving in combat roles, and definitely everyone has their own opinion, no doubt about that. But I got to tell you something. First of all, females are extremely important for the military. I mean, extremely important. You need them. No doubt about that. They do a great job. And in many occasions, I mean, in a lot of occasions, they do a good job just like men. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's a lot of ladies out there that do a great job. But the question that I wanted to bring to you guys, if they should serve in the military, as combat roles, not really as any other roles, mainly as combat roles, because that's something that a lot of guys been talking about it lately. So I'm going to talk about that, like I said, a little bit more. But again, this is something that a lot of girls been doing already. I mean, it's no surprise. Females been serving in combat for many years, since it started back in 2001, 2003 was the invasion to Iraq and things like that. Females have been in combat. So again, they cannot get an MOS, or they weren't able to get an infantry MOS or special forces, but they did serve in combat. I mean, no doubt about that. Model T, supply, MOSs like that, military police, MOSs like that actually have the opportunity to go to the front line. A lot of times they're going to find themselves doing combat operations. And again, it may not be, before now, it wasn't like kicking a front door, kicking the door of a building or something like that, and seeking out and looking for the enemy. But at the same time, if you're doing a convoy and you go into the front line, you're going to be there in the front, and there's going to be the possibility of seeing combat. I mean, thinking that is no combat, or thinking that females are not seeing combat nowadays is just ridiculous. If you are in Iraq, if you go to Afghanistan and you're going to be doing a mission, you're going to be outside the wire, there's a strong possibility that you could see combat, no matter if you're a girl or a man. I mean, just no doubt about that. So again, a lot of females are seeing combat already, and like I said, a lot of girls do a great job. So no doubt about that. I think the question, and here's the deal, I think the question that a lot of people are asking is if they're going to do a job as a man. Not so much the job. Do they have the capability to fight the enemy like a guy will be? Do they have the ability and capability to fight Russians, to fight, I don't know, we go to combat with China? Do they have the ability to fight those guys? I think that's actually the question that a lot of guys were asking. And again, it goes back to standards. Are they going to be doing the same standards? Is it going to be any complication for them to be in the front line with the men's? Is it going to be extra logistics? Is it going to be extra accommodations? I mean, you opening, you opening a lot of things. Are you? I mean, are you going to be able to do the things that you need to do? I mean, again, we go back to a lady, doing a patrol. I mean, I know for a fact that I carry, Lord, I cannot even tell you how much weight I carry. Probably like 60, 70 pounds in some occasions. And then the military asks how come I have back surgery, right? So again, are you going to be able to carry that? Are you going to be able to carry that weight? There is a lot of questions that got to be made. So again, let's talk about this. Some of you guys are in the comments. Put comments down below and let me know what you think. But again, shout out to the guys putting comments. Wicked Sensation, 6'1", 215 pounds plus 100 pounds. I got it. I'm going to talk about that because I'm the same way. I mean, if I go down and you have to pick me up, the chances of you picking me up are none. And to add up to that, this is proven. This was a proven factor. Back in 2004, we hit a car bomb, and the young lady that we had couldn't pick up the guy. I mean, just couldn't. I mean, she was probably about, I want to say 115, 120 pounds, picking up a Marine with probably 250 pounds. And we're talking about dead weight. We're not talking about a guy that can move. We're talking about dead weight, which is even worse. I mean, it's hard to pick up that kind of weight. So again, I'm going to talk about that. But here's the deal. And again, here's the deal that I have with this issue with the ladies. I mean, again, I don't have a doubt that they could possibly do the job when it comes to mentally. But realistically, there's going to be a lot of issues. And first of all, I was talking to my wife about this because I wanted to get her opinion. I just don't want to give my opinions. But equal rights, yeah, I'm going to talk about that too. But again, I wanted to talk to my wife about this. I was like, what do you think? If you're a lady, what kind of issues are you going to have if you actually find yourself in combat? And we talked about basic things like, going to the bathroom. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware. Some of you guys are because you're in the military. If you're in Afghanistan and you happen to need to go to the bathroom, you just don't stop at McDonald's, Burger King, or a place like that. There is no, hey, pull over, stop at a rest area. I'm going to go to the bathroom. That just doesn't happen. So again, as a lady, you're gonna have to be able to deal with that situation. Can you drop your pants and pee and do whatever you have to do in front of people? Because some of the guys that are here will tell you, again, you don't have the time. So little things like that, it may not sound as important, but that's just going to bring a lot of issues. Again, you don't have those type of accommodation. You're going to be, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be there with the guys. You're just going to be there with the guys. And that's what guys do. And again, it's not the fact that they want to do that. It's the fact that there is no accommodations. So girls will have to think about that. Guys just do what guys have to do. So again, privacy issues. Are you going to be able to shower, like I said, go to the bathroom and do things like that in front of guys? Because when you're in the front line, like I said, there is no bathrooms. There is no, I'm going to stop at Burger King. I'm going to stop at a rest area to deal with that stuff. And I know it sounds stupid, but that is the reality. Privacy issues is going to be a big deal. We're going to go and talk about now emotional issues. There is so many things that happen. And again, I'm not going to get into the fact that, guys, let's face it, guys, girls are typically more in touch with their feelings than guys. I mean, that's just a reality. Girls are meant to have babies. I mean, they are meant to nurse their families. There's the way they were created. They're meant to give love. The guy is meant more to work. and to provide for his family. That's exactly how it is. If you are married, you know that the girl wants love, the guy wants respect. I mean, that's just how we were created. So again, when it comes down to combat operation, and again, I don't mean to insult anyone, but one of the tactics that the bad guys were doing was killing kids. They will kill a kid, put it in camera, show the again, show the footage to the village or the people in Afghanistan, and they will be like this. Look what the Americans did. The Americans killed this kid. We need to go and attack the Americans. In all reality, we didn't, but they do stuff like that. So are you going to be emotionally stable to deal with that kind of situation? I mean, that's hard for men. I wouldn't even imagine for ladies. That got to be extremely hard as well. So again, privacy issues, emotional issues, the fact that there's not going to be any accommodations and things like that, and the fact that, again, this is the biggest issue that I see here, and I'm just mentioning a few. Are you going to be able to do the things that the guys do? And we look at sports, and my wife actually told me this. We look at sports and we see games like basketball, for example. Do girls plays against guy? I mean, typically it's guys against guys. I mean, we look at games like that, sports like that, and typically that's what it is. So when you're fighting the bad guy, it's going to be guys versus guys. So again, are you going to be able to fight a guy that weighs 6'1", 215 pounds, and is a monster compared to a 100-pound lady? I mean, there's a thing here in concealed carry that we always say, hey, if a lady's being attacked by a guy and she shoot the guy, most likely she's justified because a guy could potentially kill her. And we go back to combat. Are you going to be able to fight a guy that weighs 250 pounds, 240 pounds, that is a beast? On the other hand, if I go down and I weigh 230, 40 pounds, I got 40 pounds of gear. Now you're looking at 240 pounds. Am I going to be able to pick up that guy and run with that guy? And I got to tell you, again, I proved this in combat. I was in a situation where a young lady couldn't pick up a Marine that was wounded. And based on the guy was heavy. I mean, it was difficult for me. It had to be extremely difficult for her because, again, I have 100 pounds on her. So to me, it's not the deal that if a girl could do the job mentally, if it's realistic, can a girl realistically do the job? Based on her shape, based on her body, can a girl that weighs 150 pounds actually, attack, seek out the enemy, and destroy the enemy? And again, guys, I'm not trying to talk bad about the ladies. Girls are extremely important. We need them in the military. We use them all the time. We use them for basic search and procedures. We use them for basic, any kind of job out there. A lot of girls do amazing work. But we talking about fighting the enemy. I mean, again, we talking about fighting the enemy. And, some people will say, well, some guys can do that. You're absolutely right. Some guy can pick up a dude that weigh 250 pounds. Yeah, definitely. But generally speaking, guys are stronger than girls. Just generally speaking, every now and then you're going to find a girl that is jacked. She could do all kind of. I mean, I met some females in the Marine Corps that were jacked. They could do all kind of different things. But again, generally speaking, a guy is stronger. So here's the deal. And I'm going to show you something to you guys. Again, you guys, shout out to everybody that is watching, but you guys could look into this. Let me know what you guys think. Now, I think this is the last order. I haven't checked in like a couple of years since I got out. But Marine Corps Order 6100.13. That is the Marine Corps Physical Fitness Order. So if you're looking about Marine Corps information and you want to know what you're supposed to do in the physical fitness test, this is where you find it. It talks about weight, talks about standards, it talks about a lot of stuff. So again, looking at this order, and I'm looking at the order here. I don't exactly know how to screen share this. Let me see if I could do this so I could show it to you guys. So, ban. Maybe I could share this way. Oh yeah, look at that. We're getting fancy here in the JH6 channel. So here, we're looking at this order, and as you can see, 17 to 26 right here, 3 pull-ups of 15 seconds, the flex arm. Now, again, here we are already seeing a difference in standards. A man has to do 3 pull-ups, and a female has to do 15 seconds of flex arm. Now, I'm not going to take it away from the flex arm. This thing, if you never done this, that thing is difficult as hell. I mean, that's just difficult to do. So, I mean, it's not easy. But again, pull-ups are difficult as well. But here's the interesting thing: 3 miles. So essentially, in the Marine Corps, you have to run 3 miles to pass the test. If you don't run 3 miles, you get in trouble, and a bunch of stuff happened to you. The last time I ran 3 miles, I want to say I ran in 20 minutes, maybe 20 seconds, something like that, like 20, 30, something around there. I was 29, and I was in a top shape of my life. But here you can see that male Marines have 28 minutes. So essentially, 28 minutes and 1 second, you fail. Straight up, you fail. You just fail the course. But females have 31 minutes. So you have 3 minutes. Now, if you do any running, you know that 3 minutes is just a lot. I mean, it's nice to have that extra 3 minutes. So again, we're seeing a difference in standards. And I think that's meant based on the fact that the Marine Corps recognize that a man is stronger. I mean, that's just the reality. Again, we're not talking bad about anybody, but that is just the reality. We go back down here, and as you can see here, first class, 225 points, 17 to 26 years old. Now, when you jump into 27 to 39 and continues to happen, you only have to get 200 points. So again, the Marine Corps recognized that when you get older, you're just going to get slower. I mean, you're not going to do as good as a young bucks up here at 17 to 26. So again, we continue. And here's something that is extremely used to piss me off. I mean, I got to tell you the truth. This used to piss me off. And if you're a Marine, it would probably piss you off as well. Now, to get 100 points, right here on the PFT, on the run. This is actually the run. We're going to talk about the run. Here we go. Let me see. Okay, females. You can see females right here. You have to run in 21 minutes. So now, if you make it in less than 21 minutes, you have perfect score. You have 100 points. But if you are a guy, let me find the guy. We go here, 100 points. This is running. You have 18 minutes. So essentially, if you make it, let's say you make it in 18 minutes. Let's say as a Marine, you make it in 18 minutes and 30 seconds. You're going to get points deducted. But a lady will make it there in 20 minutes and 59 seconds, and she gets perfect score. So again, we are seeing a total difference in standards. I mean, a male Marine is required to do better. Essentially, is required to do better. So, or not to do better, it's required to do more. He's required to run in 18 minutes to get perfect score. Female is required to run in 21 minutes. So again, am I hating on girls? I mean, I guess in a way I used to hate on that, because I always used to say, man, it must be nice to have 3 extra minutes. But we see a difference in standards, and I think the difference in standards is due to the fact that guys are typically stronger. I mean, that's it. That is the reality. Guys are typically stronger. So when you're going to fight the enemy, you're going to need stronger guys to fight the enemy. That's it. That's the battle line. So here's the deal. Here's my I guess this is my final point that I'm going to make when it comes to this. Let me see if I cover all my points. Big shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate, I appreciate you guys' support. Let's see. Make sure I cover all my. All right. So here's the deal, guys, that I wanted to make when it comes down to this. The point is that do I agree on females being combat MOSs or combat occupations? I don't think it's a good idea. I really don't think it's a good idea. I think it's going to create a lot of issues. And I think that I just don't think it's a good idea. Do I think some girls could do it? Maybe. I mean, there's some girls out there that do an amazing job. So do I think that girls could do it? Some girls may be able to do it. I mean, no doubt about that. Some guys are girls. Some guys cry and just. I mean, some guys are just. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to bash some guys, but some guys are not to the standard that I would think a man is supposed to be. So, but at the same time, again, should they be part of combat MOSs? I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. But if they want to do it, they're going to need to realize that if you go for it, it's not a game. I know you asking for equal rights and you're asking for this and you're asking for that. If you want equal rights, you should get equal standards. If you want to be in combat occupation, you should do what combat guys do. If you want to be part of the, let's say, the Marine Corps infantry, and you want to be part of that, you should do what they do. Because guess what? When it comes down to promotions, they all get promoted based on the same standards. The only difference is that you, as a lady, don't have the same standards. So you're getting promoted, but it's easier for you to get a higher score because you get 21 minutes. So let's say that for example. So again, if you want to get into some type of combat MOS, do it, but realize that first of all, you should have the same standards just as men. If you're asking for equal rights, you should have the same standards. But at the same time, realize that it is not a game. I mean, when you find yourself fighting the bad guys and you find yourself fighting a dude that weighs 250 pounds and he could overcome you and kill you most likely because he's a killing machine. I mean, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for that. You need to be, ready to face that situation. And I know a lot of ladies typically are not big girls. A lot of ladies are typically, likes to be in shape and things like that. But when you weigh 120 pounds and you're fighting a dude that weighs 260, I mean, that dude could kill you, and he will do it in a combat situation. So be careful what you ask for. Just be extremely careful what you ask for. Because when you're asking equal rights and you want to have a combat occupation and you find yourself in combat, it's not a game. I had a conversation with a dude 2 days ago, and he told me that he wanted to be a sniper because he wants to shoot at people. And I laughed. I started to laugh. I was like, have you ever shot a person? He was like, no. You probably watched Call of Duty or something. And I said, it's not a joke, man. Those things will follow you your entire life. So, to me, again, when you're asking for equal rights and you want to be in an infantry or in some type of combat occupation, go for it. I don't think it's a good idea, but if you want to go for it, go for it. But realize what you're asking for, because, again, when you're fighting the bad guys and the bad guy has 100 pounds on you, it's going to be difficult. And a lot of people are going to say, well, I got a rifle. Well, the bad guy has a rifle too. He does as well. So, again, guys, big shout out to everyone out there. Tyler is in the house. Hello, Tyler. How are you? One of my biggest fan here. So, let me see if I got any comments here that I need to read. Uh, all right, guys. So just wanted to do a quick share a couple of things here that I've been thinking about in the last couple of days, I guess, if you want to put it there. Check out some of the guys in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe to each other. A bunch of cool guys there. Really, really appreciate you guys' support. Yes, Tyler said, wow, 17,000. I was here when you had 2,000. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. The channel has 17,300 and something, and every day we're getting a lot of more people to subscribe, which is amazing. I really appreciate that. The last, I want to say in the last week, we've been getting a lot of views. I don't know what's going on, but views are welcome. I'm not gonna complain about that. So again, really appreciate you guys' support. Stay tuned. We're gonna continue to do videos. We're gonna continue to do this because this is a lot of fun. This is definitely a lot of fun. Again, I didn't want to do this like hating on the girls. I think girls are amazing. God says that a man that finds a good wife is a blessed man. I mean, ladies, women are just amazing. I love my wife. I love my mom. Big shout out to my mother-in-law. I love the women in my life. But the thing is, like, when people are asking for, what, we want equal rights, get your equal rights. We live in a free country, but be careful what you're asking for. Because like I said, when you're fighting a dude that weighs 250 pounds, and you weigh 120, that's scary. So that's just scary to me. So again, appreciate you guys watching as always. If you like this type of videos, click like. Let me know. I look at the likes icon, and if it has a bunch of likes, it tells me to do more videos like this. So again, I appreciate the support as always. If you like this videos, click like, subscribe to the channel, share the videos, and God is in control.